वॉल्यूम मिला है? इंग्लिश का वॉल्यूम मिला है?
Good evening. Yeah, please tell me. Sit. How is that? I mean, I should not fail or what?
No, he's there, but he's not attending and taking study leaves. He's taking study leave.
So your exams are going on?
Yes, ma'am. No, we have our exam, first exam at 7. The last 3 classes in AP is not attending.
You are not there in those ED classes. You will do, we will start with comprehensive passage and practicality. Okay. You will practice. Let us see how many we can practice today.
Expressing the event, main event, is not more than 50 words. Somebody writing, na?
Yeah, somebody.
Period writing or somebody.
I think I'm school में हमारा descriptor है
Fine. Because we have a question on Tuesday on this topic.
On this topic only.
Comprehension.
हमारा 20 मार्क्स का होता है एक्टिव और पैसिव वॉइस से का प्रेपोजिशन के साथ और दो को प्रॉब्लम है स्कूल का 2020 आ वॉसिंग हमारा मार्क्स नहीं बताया
And
1890 नंबर
consciously finds. Yeah, because you write well, but you are.
मैंने एक्सीडेंटली किया हम उनको अब मैं एक्सीडेंटली
So comprehension, you have to read the passage and you have to, there will be vocabulary questions, there will be some textual questions, something like that. Then after that, there is a section with the summary writing, and that has to be done in 50 words, right? So ideally, if you can draw the grades and know how is it being taught in your school.
But we have to make a rough grade.
Yeah,
We have to write it on the pencil.
Yeah, pencil, rough draft, and then you have to read the fair one. Fair one will be in paragraph, right? So the fair, the rough grid and the fair, the first one would be the pencil and the next one with pen. So you will divide, so whatever is the question, now there'll be, depending on the comprehension passage, the topic would be given for summary writing. In our times, we call it Prezi, that is 1/3. Now we call it summary writing, and it is into 50 words, right? So whatever is the topic, we will make the grade.
And I brought the total in itself.
I mean,
So here we can make.
हमारे स्कूल में डिस्क्रिप्टिव ऐसे ही करना है ना हमारे स्कूल में एक्टिव पैसिव प्रीपोजिशन डिस्क्रिप्टिव ऐसे तो
Okay. Okay. All done.
हमने लिखा भी
How many blocks did you do?
50.
Now we got 6 blocks.
4, 5. Correct.
Yeah, what you made 6, you made 6 blocks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh,
4, and
8.
oh ma'am. That was correct.
These are 5 tens of 15.
Ah ma'am, 5 columns and then 5 columns and 10 rows.
So I wanted to do it separately because my hand is not reaching here. Okay, so that is right. So I will remove the sixth one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll do it this way, but you will do it 5 and then 10. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have to make another one.
Now you can divide it from between.
That's good. Again, it is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 6. Okay, whatever you will. So 15, no? So okay, leave the last part.
I mean, it's a bit smaller box.
That will be better. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I'm going to 10. There are
Now we can take it like this.
okay. So now I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
7,
7,
8, 9, 10. Now you can 11.
Okay, then I will do this. Now it's fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but in your notebooks, you will make 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then here it's 10. Okay. In your book, you will make like that. My hand will not reach there, that is why I made it like this. Okay. Yes, number it to 10 and then 5 here. So 1, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 50.
I mean, exam we can make like this 5 and 10.
You in that notebook you make like this one. 5 across and 5 10 down. And with scale, you scale in 5 blocks. Here my hand is not reaching, therefore not tell them what so that is why I need it horizontal, you will make it vertical.
I'm lucky I have the same one with chori करते हैं
Okay, done.
तेरा
And the 44, from 44 thing I have no, this is not answer is written. Not able to find the unsolved ones. Well,
But that's it.
okay, there is one and answer right. Oh,
Again. Math.
Yeah, like,
okay, no problem. Very neat and clean it is. But do it with pencil, the number should be read with pencil. Let us read page number 40. Yeah, it is a short one, but it is not compulsory that you will have to write what is written over here. You can make your own. Okay. Let us do that. There are so many solved ones given, and then we will take up one practice. Okay. So read the what we go through. So read the following passage carefully and answer the questions that follow.
but it's there pressure.
Yeah, somebody ready is also. Read.
Comprehensive.
Let's see, somebody ready is there.
But it is not given in this question.
They're given in the next page.
42 by year.
In not more than 50 words, state of plan.
Yes, okay, let us read it. Shall we do one unsolved one?
Yes, ma'am, directly best.
Because the answers are all given. Let us come to page number 51. 51.
Yeah.
Okay?
The story of Robinson Crusoe.
51. So there are two given for practice exercise. Okay? Show it, right? Yes. Yeah. Start reading. The story of Robinson Crusoe. You all have read the story. It's okay if you can.
The story of Robinson Crusoe. Few people know is based on a real life incident. The son of a cobbler, Alexander Selkirk, was a wayward young man with little respect for authority. Continued conditions at sea and the cruelty of the captains made the sailors miserable in those days. It was not surprising that Alexander became rebellious and malevolent when he became a sailor. In 1704, he was sailing master on a ship. When it anchored for repairs near the desolate island of Juan Fernandez, about 650 kilometers west of Chile, they were looking for gold.
Okay, stop it. I begin from the start. The story of Robinson Crusoe, very people know, is based on a real life incident. The son of a cobbler, Alexander Selkirk, was a wayward young man. What is the meaning of wayward? Who is a wayward? What is the meaning of wayward? Why when do we say wayward young man? Wayward means someone who is not disciplined. Okay, someone who breaks the rules. Sorry? Disrespectful, okay. Someone who does not follow the rules, wayward. Okay. So, Alexander Selkirk was a wayward young man with little respect for authority. That means he does not like rules. He always likes to break the rules. Abject conditions at sea and the cruelty of the captains made the sailors miserable in those days. It was not surprising that Alexander became rebellious and malevolent when he became a sailor. Now, in those days, what used to happen? The sailors used to be in the sea. They used to be for a long period of time 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. Okay, so they are all traveling. They are all traveling in the sea. Okay, so during the time, what they used to do, the sea captains, they would treat the sailors very bad. Okay, and Robinson Crusoe also became a sailor One point of time.
Also, Alexander.
Sorry, Alexander Selkirk.
But Robinson Crusoe and Alexander Circuit are different surname.
Yeah. So it was not separate. So Alexander became rebellious and malevolent when he thus a sailor. Malevolent means what malevolent? It is opposite of benevolent. Okay, so someone benevolent means someone who thinks for others, who does good for others. Malevolent is malicious,
Things for accent.
so just not thinking for himself, but he has a tendency of harming others. It's a malicious.
Now,
even in
you
conscience,
said
even in-
Alexander Circuit are the same person.
Let us see. Continue.
In 1704, he was sailing master on a ship when it anchored for repairs near the desolate island of Juan Fernandez, about 650 kilometers west of Chile. They were looking for gold, which they often got by plundering other ships. In the day that followed, Alexander hatched a conspiracy. He instigated the other sailors to leave the ship and remain on the island. They would declare a mutiny. Perhaps Alexander reasoned that the captain would accept the demands if he believed that his men would refuse to sail otherwise. Unfortunately for Alexander, the crew played thus. The captain, getting to know of Alexander's part in the planned mutiny, left him behind on the island as he was of bad influence on the man. He was provided with a few necessities, among them a copy of the Bible. Alexander marooned on an island populated only by wild cats and goats, became adept at hunting, and his food soon comprised of fish, turtles, and meat. He also made clothes with goat skin. Although a cobbler's son, he could not make shoes. Running barefoot after goats had hardened the soles of his feet. He read the Bible again and again and slowly took to reading it aloud. He spoke and sang to the cats and learned to milk goats. But during his stay on the island, a Spanish ship anchored near the island and the crew rowed in. Alexander was petrified and hid in the thick foliage.
What is the meaning of petrified? Scared. These two are same people. Alexander Selkirk and
Robinson Crusoe.
Yeah.
In those days, Spain and England were at daggers drawn.
And meaning of daggers drawn?
Enemies. Bah, enemies.
Absolutely, enemies. Very, very far enemies. They were absolute enemies. Absolute enemies.
Fortunately, the Spaniards left after a brief rest. In February 1709, two English ships sailed in to collect fresh water and shoot goods. Alexander rushed to them for succor. What is succor?
Let's just read it.
Then
He looked strange.
he looked strange with his unkempt hair, beard, and goatskin clothes. His rescuers understood him with great difficulty. His speech had changed a great deal. His vocabulary had shrunk, and he had to grope for words. They did, however, manage to understand his story finally. Alexander took a job as a sailor on one of the ships and reached London in 1711. He returned home with a large fortune. However, he ran out of his fortune in 2 years and had to return to sea. Alexander's adventure became well known. 8 years later, Daniel Defoe gave the story a new shape with many twists, calling it the Adventures of Robinson Crusoe. It was not the story of a man who was shipwrecked on an island and lived alone for an unbelievable 28 years.
Okay, succor means Alexander rushed to them for succor means for help. Okay, for succor means for help. So you know the story of Alexander Selkirk. What is his name? Selkirk, and he was named by Daniel. Daniel was a writer of the adventures He renamed him as Robinson Crusoe. Okay, so first let us solve the passage. So you solve the passage here. Okay, question answers, and then we will write the summary. Okay. Start solving it. Done.
तो टिक मार्क तो करना
Only tick mark is fine. Yes. Question number 3 and 3 you have to write. Question number 3. There are 5 questions.
कितना है
You have to rewrite in your words. Like you cannot copy it from here.
पैटर्न नहीं कॉपी ऐसे तो कॉपी नहीं कर सकते
You have to write in your own words. In CBSE, you are supposed to write profit from where, but in ICSE, you have to write in your own words.
6 7
But we can take words in
You can take words from the obviously. Obviously, we have to take words, but you have to write in your own words. Don't directly copy from it.
what is in Robin's question.
The first letter C instigated.
The persuade.
persuaded
Correct. Baruch means
standing
standing. Which word in the passage is the opposite of uncanny?
eating
Correct. Uncanny means disorder. We share that here. Okay, it's over.
Happy.
Yeah, what were you asking?
Explain the phrase with little respect for authority.
It is a easier. This is bit more
But where is it written? It is not.
It is the first line itself. That means was he used to break rules. He was not in the way. I was explaining the meaning of wayward in that line, second line.
Okay, I got it. With little respect for authority.
Yes, wayward means someone breaks the rules. He does not follow the rules.
And which means he was not loyal to his authority.
Someone who has a tendency to break the rules.
Why did Alexander become reckless? Now, with second one, we can say Alexander became reckless in management to earn more profit or for selfish motives.
No.
Alexander Selkirk was a wayward young man who kept little respect for authority. Abject conditions at sea and the cruelty of the captains made the sailors miserable in those days. This was
That made them reckless and thankful. So what made him reckless and thankful? During those times, the
the
sailors
conditions of sea and the cruelty of the captains also.
the conditions of the sailors were miserable as they were ill-treated by the captains. So abject conditions at sea means the adverse conditions. You can write down the adverse conditions at sea and the cruel treatments of the captains. Instead of saying cruelty of the captains, you could say cruel treatment or ill treatment of the captains. You are writing in your own words. Right? Right. You can use the word miserable. Miserable is already used over here. The conditions of the sailors were miserable. They were not treated properly by the captains. And this makes his life, this made him even more reckless and malevolent. He actually wanted to do something good
This
for
we
the
can write the answers here in this one space.
Okay, if you want to write, that's okay. You can write whatever. Okay, so what have you done the examination on the SUV? Why did Alexander become reckless and Alexander? This is done, right? We have already discussed.
And D was
Please wait.
Okay, okay. Graphs. This is someone who betrays is not a Judas, just like Brutus. We do Brutus, similarly Judas. Someone who betrays Judas. That means he was the betrayer.
What can we write? Like, what was the conspiracy that Alexander had? If we
My different question.
see,
What was the conspiracy that Alexander hatched? Yes, he instigated the other sailors, right? So they were asked to be in the island from here. The captain went to when he instigated the other sailors to leave the ship and remain on the island so that they can declare a mutiny. To accept their demand. So that he thought that if they refuse to do the work, then obviously the captain will accept the demands. On the contrary, since the captain got to know that he was the man, he was the betrayer, therefore, what did the captain do? He was asked to stay back and the rest everyone went.
and he stayed.
That is what the adventure of Alexander. I mean, he was not taken in the ship. He was not taken in the ship by the captain. The captain has the authority to take the decision.
It's not something we know.
Very good.
If I want money, all of you get.
And this capital.
Okay.
Check this out. And create
And A
Then Judas gave the capital, it would create the reverse. Okay, now I've circled three words, 5 times. So you have the two items, that means that betrayed him. Okay. So wait, the two members, the group with whom he had hatched the plan, they only betrayed him.
Like by not leaving mission.
Yes. So, and he was the one who was asked to be in the island. And he lived there for 28 years. Therefore, that is the reason why he almost forgot to talk.
Because he was isolated.
He was isolated and he was only with the animals. Animals, he was only with the animals. Right? He begged, he begged, he was looking very straight. He only could communicate with the cats and the cows there. So that is why and he used to read the Bible and sing songs to them. He got to talk. It happens, when you are not 28 years he was in that condition. Not for 1 or 2 days.
and
There are failures. Accept is also there.
declare.
And relation. Everything,
Yes.
no, that you had written.
I have the story of one more man who lived for 25 or 26 years on the island all alone by himself. Only he take the plants, on the stem of the plants. The leaves.
Some of these stories also similar. He could not talk because of the animals. He also say
That's ACCEPTM.
double C. Only double C. Okay, the rest is fine. The one C in the written, it will be double C.
And
Now you will start with the summary writing. See the question. On shall we wait for that to complete? Go to the question and see what points you can include here. We will underline the points and then write it in short.
Spanish. The meaning of the phrase, ICSE.
Phase, the term for phase, it will be phase. Okay. Keeps the length, has the length. What is?
No. I mean, G cutting.
That was a question.
How did the blue blow the jewels?
Right. And then the reflection on the enemies. Enemies. Okay. So one is here. Blue, and three. Perfect. It's easy, right? We use three words like things. So one is placed, one is treated. If you just write treated, that is fine. If you don't know treated, that's okay. Treated, this part is a mistake. So if you write treated, that is also fine. Enemy. Enemy or enemy is anybody, right? But E-N-E. Okay, right.
Last time.
Both of you three, three.
And then
Your answers are all correct. It's okay. The new things are really intense. It's not recorded. You would say that this is slightly reference to Robinson Crusoe or Robinson is not here with Alexander's. Okay, Alexander's tendency or the regular behavior of regular. Okay, will and art treatment is why it becomes so as an expression. Had became or become had become right count came become. This is fine. None of the sailors know much is for quantity. That they may have done it with us, right? Much is quantity. Leading of the sailors. They are not done determinants. They are not done determinants. Determinants have been done. No? Sit down, why are you not standing? Sit. See, when we have countable nouns, okay, countable nouns, like the nouns which you can count in numbers. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 shirt, 2 shirts,
10 mangoes.
right? 1 mango, 10 mangoes, right? 1 sailor, 2 sailors, right? So these can be counted in numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, or first, second, third, fourth. Right? It's
singles can also be counted.
Counted. So those, yes, absolutely. So those things which we can count in numbers, those things or humans or animals or whatever, count in numbers, they come under countable numbers. And we use many, okay, few, many, these words. So how many students? We cannot say how much students, we say how many students. But those which we can weigh in quantity, those are called as uncountable nouns. For example, hair, water. I cannot say I can have 1 water. I can say 1 glass of water, but I can't say 1 water. So the question will be how much water would you like to have? Cannot say how many water would you like. If how many if I ask how many type of questions, then the answer would be in numbers.
How many cups of water do you want?
That we cannot say. How many cups of water we can say, but how many water we cannot. Right, so we can make it countable by adding something before it, like 1 cup of water, 1 sip of water. that he's taking. Okay, so here sailors is a countable noun. Sailors is a countable noun, therefore one. Many. Okay, so here it will many of the sailors, including Alexander Senator, have become enemies and enemies. Rest of the world. Okay. Instead of writing the same phrase in a very diverse or you can just write names. Okay, because you have to write in your words, repeat these phrases. Okay, they were enemies. Simply write it. That means the examiner knows that you have understood the meaning of the words. That's the first thing. Now let us start doing this. Now let us see the question. What is the question for the summary?
In about 50 words of your own.
Given the account of Alexander the Island.
Fine. On the island, he will not consider what happened, what led him to the island. That we will ignore. After he came to the island, okay, betrayed by the crew members, he was he was dropped in that island or he was marooned in that island. He was stranded on the island. After that, what happened?
He started to say the Bible.
Now wait. Go to the Bible and underline the main points.
Alexander-
1 to 3 go. What are the things we would like?
Alexander was populated only by wild cats and
That's
goats.
only wildcats and goats are there.
He became adapted to hunting and to find food as comprised of precious
So he was and he had to resort to hunting. Okay, hunting food.
He is
Example,
making one page.
We usually avoid examples in
This adventure led him to emergence of new skill in goat skin.
correct, correct. Good. So what all did he do? He learned to hunt for foods like what
Shells, turtles, and pigs.
Okay. Then what did he
He
learn?
learned a new skill to make clothes with goat skin.
To make clothes with goat skin.
He learned.
Now, how will we write? We will write with comments. Then only you can concise it, condense it, right? So
He learned to read the Bible.
He learned to hunt for, comma,
He learned to read the Bible aloud.
making clothes out of goat skin and reading Bible loudly
And that is the last line of the
that's
sentence.
how it
So it will come in a sequence in a order.
Only
Although he was a cobbler, son, he didn't know how to make shoes.
that is not required.
And they found
Only the adventure part. What all he knew?
He faced all over 28 years on the island with running barefoot as he had used to. Remember this.
Comma and barefoot. Comma and barefoot. Again, I
He lost the habit of associating things.
wait. What did he do first?
Alexander was populated by wildcats and goats and became
Wildcats and goats. Then
and became adapted
and became adapted or and adapted.
and became adapted
Became adapted. Okay. Where is the duster? Okay. And became adapted
to hunting
cat. No, to hunting. To hunting fish. What else?
turtles
Turtles
and meat
and meat for food.
to survive.
For food, comma. Then ran
Barefoot.
Repeat.
No, the brand benefit will not come now because there is one more event before
Okay,
this.
okay, tell me.
This adventure led to an emergence of a new skill in him.
What is that?
That was making clothes with goat skin.
So made clothes
With goat skin
with goat skin
and running barefoot all time.
and ran barefoot
Full stop also.
and ran barefoot
All the time.
all the time. Full stop. Okay, anything else?
He had forgotten to
He
associate.
read Bible also, no?
And that is the last part.
Acha, theek hai. He read Bible. He read Bible is the last one. Okay, let us first write
Yeah,
down.
it's a paper.
He
They learn to build
Ma'am,
goals.
he had talked.
Yeah, that we will write. That
He
also.
also learn to build goals.
Okay, so then we could have.
He had lost the habit of talking.
Wait. Milking goats is there.
In the last, very last.
No, but that's okay, but we can put it here. Before milking, wait. Before milking goat, what else is there?
He read to learn to read the Bible aloud.
He spoke and sang to the cats and learned to milk goats.
Acha.
Ma'am, before this we can write that he had lost the habit of associating things with himself.
No, that is not required. Wait. Ran. We will not put and now. What all he did, we will just put commas and write and in the end and. Ran barefoot all the time is not required. The friend.
They came apartment.
Okay. Barefoot, comma. What is the next one?
Then
Reading the Bible.
again and again.
Read the Bible again.
Aloud.
Repeatedly.
Aloud.
Repeatedly.
Aloud.
Repeatedly aloud. Yes, good.
Repeatedly.
Repeatedly aloud. Okay.
Then he spoke and sang to the cats and learned to milk goats.
Spoke
To cats.
and sang to cats
Learn to make goals.
and learn to
Milk goats.
learn to
Milk
goats.
last line.
Now the last line there. See, with commas we were able to add everything. Next.
We can write
Wait. Let me take so with the point here.
we can also add in February 1979, two English ships sailed into collect fresh water and shoot boats and found Alexander in a like with his unkempt hair. Adventure on the island.
Adventure on the island. We have to write. So
So
these are all
consequences is faced by him on the island.
What else is given?
Spanish. An encounter with the Spanish.
He
His
is
encounter with the
Spanish.
Spanish.
Yes, because that led to his rescue. He was finally rescued by.
His soles of his feet were hardened.
Oriana, he ran barefoot.
Then we could have added that part over here. Let me see. Because we do not have many words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
And he did his encounter with the Spanish led to his
That was
Escape from escape.
rescue or escape? Escape, not escape.
not rescue. Escape to Bharat.
Escape. Rescue was made by two English ships.
और उससे पहले स्पैनिश के भी ना वो है नहीं.
Then that is not rescue. He was rescued. That's right. He was actually
English
स्पैनिश पे डायरेक्टली बात है मैम.
Wait, let me see.
Now, these two English ships sailed to collect fresh water as well as they were given the task to understand the man who was living at the island.
It was understood in speech. The two English ships sailed.
Yes, ma'am. See here it is written his rescue was understood with great difficulty. Means they were finding for the man who was there on the island and they had been informed already to escape.
So, finally, 2 English ships.
Sailed upon
When we say that is not required, finally, 2 English ships.
Ma'am, you can say that.
Finally, understanding
Alexander's figure.
Alexander's speech with great difficulty. And understanding Alexander's speech with great difficulty, finally,
I will not be able
was
to
rescued by the
Compre.
We can write traits, ma'am. You say that was the Spanish ship visited after the English ship visited.
Yes.
While chasing the Spanish ship, the English ship came to on the island. That is when they found
actually.
Alexander.
Actually,
He does the man.
actually, the rescue part is not required. It is only that mental part we need to do. So if we do not have space to write that, we will not write. We are left to be 11. I think we can. I don't think we can condense it even more. Any further. I don't think so. So
Now we can write that he had to face a great difficulty on the island. Or the line that he had lost the habit of associating things with himself.
yes, he lost the habit of associating himself with
Humans.
with the human world. With the human world. That's all. I think that itself is
Yes, ma'am. What should I write?
he lost
The habit
the habit
of associating
of association
Socializing, now it doesn't mean.
with
with
you with
the
human world.
human world.
I mean,
49. We
So
are
we can write
somewhere you can just increase that.
we can write he had lost.
And he lost. He lost the habit of association with
The habit of associating things. If we had written things,
associating things. Associating himself with the human world.
so we'll write
Associating himself,
with this.
very good. Associating himself.
Now we want break.
Take. Turn. Perfect. 50 words. I think we have covered all the points. So like this, you have this in your mind, what all did we do? What commas and comprise it. You cannot write.
This was a very easy essay. Easy one.
We will take up another time and then we have to move on to brand and analytics. Take a break for 5 minutes.
Other chemistry, na. Also chemistry, na.
Today you have chemistry.
Paper.
Today
For
what
chemistry level,
पढ़ेगा बिना ऑफिस में से गए पांच सौ कुछ
but tomorrow you have a holiday. In the morning you will be. Very soon you have
tomorrow we have a holiday.
और डेमो
Tomorrow 10 o'clock, but Hindi भी करना मेरे को. But then.
ये लोग हिंदी देगा मेरे केमिस्ट्री का ये मेरा लेगा
Yeah, that I think.
तेरा ये है ना ये बच्चे नहीं देना मुझे अभी से कल का टेस्ट करो नहीं तेरे का
कल स्पीच सागर का है.
मेरा ये कल ही है तेरा मेरा बंदे ही है मेरे को भी केमिस्ट्री और मैथ्स है
अरे मैं को कल 6-7 टेस्ट दिए. एक ज्योग्राफी, एक हिस्ट्री और दो हिंदी
मैं हिंदी में ऐसे
तो चार हुआ और 2 बायो 7 हुआ और 1 केमिस्ट्री. और
पहले केमिस्ट्री और मैथ्स से निकल गया
8.
एक फाइनेंस के साथ मैं दिया पेपर
हाँ बहुत इजी था बहुत. इतना इजी था ना फुल मिल सकता था पर मैंने क्या करा किधर है वाली देख पर फॉर्मूला अच्छे लगा तो मेरा फॉर्मूला नहीं क्या ना फैक्टराइजेशन बहुत अच्छी है फैक्टराइजेशन वो भी देखो पूरी मिल सकता है
अगले हफ्ते दूंगा फैक्टर्स फिर अगले हफ्ते कोई मैथ नहीं
थोड़ी
लगेगा
कल ही बिना मैथ्स के लिए
कितना है
एक मिनट 11 आया एक मिनट तो किधर मैंने इसमें एमसीक्यूज में ही मतलब जिसमें 11 मिला उसमें 2 मार्क्स एमसीक्यू में गए और 1 मार्क मैंने स्टेप 3 लिखा था डायरेक्टली स्टेप किया था
Okay, chalo. Start. 5 minutes over.
Ma'am, I want to take my test paper. Test paper.
Come back fast. We have to do another one and then we have to do direct and speech also.
Then,
Yes.
I'm going to also the other class.
I'm
Why you have
going
one?
to
You don't want one?
I'm biomass दोनों cancel हो गया आज biomass दोनों cancel हो गए
That's also.
आज मैसेज आया WhatsApp पे biomass science plus maths दोनों cancel है
That's when was it supposed to be after this. So it's right now you can go home and you can study chemistry.
maths की मत
The history. Wow. Very good.
कितना है that's it
You have taken the history also when you're
No, not test series.
इसलिए कोई कोचिंग ही नहीं है ना ज्योग्राफी का भी कोई कोचिंग नहीं है
But SST for it's easier.
मैथ्स के लिए कोई स्टूडेंट ही नहीं है कोचिंग के टीचर है स्टूडेंट नहीं है मैं अकेला था तो मैंने क्विट करके हिंदी ले लिया
What is?
मैं लेक्चर ही नहीं होता जब तक आई तो मैंने क्विट करके हिंदी ले लिया फिर
There are students who
ये मैं और आयुष तो तीन लोग ही बाकी लोग सिर्फ साइंस के लिए मैथ के लिए भी नहीं तीन चार लड़कियां हैं और एक लड़का है सारे साइंस के लिए सारे साइंस के लिए
science is actually difficult.
Science में
If you just study, you can.
Science में एक वाला साल
There are something to under. I mean, there is
वन
something.
बी एच सानिका मैं आयुष दर्श तू
So he is not very, you're not going to science.
एक्चुअली इंग्लिश के लिए मैं बहुत देखी
सात होल सात
पहले अच्छे
कैन को
So start. So A over here means
अलेक्जेंडर
Alexander was populated by wild cats and goats and became adapted to hunting fish, turtles. Turtles, this will be tea. And meat for food, made clothes with goat skin, ran barefoot, read the Bible repeatedly aloud, spoke and sang to cats, and learned to milk goats. He lost the habit of associating himself with the human world. This is perfect. So the last sentence would be a
the combination of all
summarization.
I
You told the last thing.
but I took it from a lesson there was a lesson I read
It was perfect. Very good.
the shoemaker this line is from the shoemaker
Yes. Didn't say today. You had school today, no, na? Saturdays, you have school,
And I had food.
both of you. You also had. With yours are, I think Saturdays are closed, right? For the students. In case is closed for the students.
Nowadays, we have our exam, so we keep on studying on the next.
When is your exam start?
7 and 8 is literature.
And 10 languages. What do you have in the literature portion? Have you completed everything?
Yes, ma'am. Boku Babu, I remember. Oliver Ashkamore, and Act 1, Scene 1, Act 1, Scene 2.
Okay, good. You have done it. And I think you have also appeared for the test series.
Oliver is there, and I remember his channel. Boku Babu is pending in 2 weeks his exams.
I don't know whether we have finished the other. Reference to the market, and we will one day, we will have some. Yes, it's going to take 20 months, and we have a video season.
Will you be available for the day before our exam?
What date is it?
That means if it is on Tuesday,
I have not got the July schedule. I only have till the 30th. I'm just checking. What I got received.
मेरे को एक सब ज्यादा पढ़ रहा है एक सब ज्यादा पढ़ रहा है
So, board booking will be one.
हम बोर्ड्स की देखिए पेपर भी देखिए
But mine is coming to 50. Okay. Mine is coming to 50 only. 5 plus minus is fine. 45, 55 is fine.
but less is okay.
Yeah, plus
Okay,
minus
like
5.
45 watts then marks will not be deducted.
It is not deducted in the board paper.
When half marks is deducted for
That's when it comes to. In order to make you perfect in it, you should have this in mind that you have to make it 50. Right, so in order to keep that in mind, to make you a perfect 50, therefore the teacher will tell you, but when it comes to the correction in the board paper, 5 plus 5 minus 6.
मैंने ह्यूमन वर्ल्ड में लिखा है वर्ल्ड
That is very unfortunate.
नहीं पढ़ा मेरे को ज्यादा पढ़ा अंधे को अब मैंने भेज दिया इधर आया ह्यूमन वर्ल्ड लोग ये नहीं
With the humans, then you make. With the humans is more important, and that is why he lost his speech. Okay.
मुझे 2 हटाना पड़ा. Did not write 2.
मैं भी ज्यादा पढ़ा था
मैंने 2 निकाला उसमें. एक वर्ड.
ज्यादा पढ़ा तो हमें तो इसको नहीं ज्यादा पढ़ा
Now I removed the.
Okay, instead of word, you write human. With the humans. Okay. And adapted, it's not adapted. Adopted means when you, for example, if
When the adopted child.
yes, when I suppose I belong to child,
I think I also put adopted person and
adapted. Okay, BA. Adapted means when you get used. You shape yourself according to the surroundings. That is called adapted. Where did I go? Wait, and I was spelling. No, this is correct. Correct. I did not understand this. Now I understand.
but we have to cut this down.
But for me, it is, I mean, did I count it wrong?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And that is 7, 32, 33, 34, 35, 37, 48, 49, 50, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50.
Mine is coming to 50. So Alexander was populated by wild, acha, wildcats I wrote in the same space. That is, I made this mistake. Yes. No, wildcat will be separate. So then it should be, no, yes, that is, I made this mistake. So himself with, you have to write the, with the,
Humans. With the humans.
with the,
Acha. Mama, remove the I wrote in the
you cannot make grammatical error. Grammar has to be there. You have to concise. Okay. Okay, so that is what I was wondering what happened. Did I count wrong? So wildcat, it should be separate words. So 5 and 6. So thank you. So well done. Now the next one. Let us do the next one. Then we have to do direct and indirect. Okay, fine.
नहीं थोड़ा सा डायरेक्ट टाइप करना था आप बोर्ड पे क्वेश्चन लिखो हम आंसर लिखना है आता है बाबा ऑलरेडी
No, I will teach. Wait. Okay.
then after teaching you write the sentences we'll write the answer we'll write on the boards
So here we have to write. The more you write, the better it is.
now we'll write it on the board
Okay. You will have to put it here also. One will write, the other will. So whoever is writing on the board will not write that sentence. The rest of the sentences are on paper. Okay, so the date is reported speech. That is what I recognize. Okay.
and reported is direct
85.
85 बिना इंडेक्स देख के लिया
Okay. Now,
that is very easy अभी पहला ना इसकी में प्रोग्राम में लिखा है let my order answer for answers and will get और लिखना better 20
no, keep it up, na. It is written, keep it
no
up.
there was one remark that can do better but I have already received full marks and should I get 21 out of 20
So what do we mean by direct and indirect speech?
direct speech is the
What is
speech said by a person
Okay, when I directly, with quotations, when I directly write the speech of a person, that is known as direct speech.
the word said by
But when it is told by the third person that so and so has told this, then it becomes indirect speech. That means I am indirectly talking about him. So I am doing it, that person is not directly speaking. Right? So I am talking about, so when his words are reaching to someone else through direct, right? Okay, so that is known as indirect speech. But the most important part of indirect speech is the change of the tenses.
yes ma'am
Always remember when we are changing from active into passive, there
We
is
don't
no
change
change
tenses.
of tenses. But when we are changing from direct to indirect,
there is change
there
of
is a change in
tenses
the tenses, but not always. If I say,
he says
yes,
God is the best
he says, comma, something is written,
you
Or-
don't get an answer this
or he will say. Whenever it is in simple present tense, says or in simple future tense, we'll say there will be no change in the tense whatsoever which is given in the quotation.
First literal.
Yes, within the quotation. Fine. And thirdly, as we said, the things which are universal truths, those will also not change. The tense will not change. Okay, fine. So these three things you need to remember. But if the sentence starts with he said,
Then
it is
become
not
told.
working properly.
And you can ask the Sushila for it.
He said, comma, he said
That.
yes. So that will become he said that.
Or we can use told.
Or he told. Now, he told is used when I say he said to me. Okay, now this is also very important. If I say he said, comma, and then within the quotation I write something. Okay? Because it is said, said is what? Present tense or past tense?
Past tense.
Right? Say, said. So whenever there is a past tense said, that means inside also we have to change accordingly. Clear? Okay? Now, when I say he said to me or he said to him, then what will I say? He said, he told me, then you continue. So whenever you have he said to me, comma, and then something is given within the quotes, then it will become he told me, then we will change it into the indirect speech. Clear? Okay? Otherwise, he said that. If it is said to me, then in indirect speech it becomes he told me that. Okay, clear? Now let us see the change in the tenses, the most important part. Now, if I say now before that, let us see the change in the pronouns. I'll give you a sentence.
So can you write it on the board?
No. Daksh said, comma, I will study tomorrow. Full stop. Okay? Daksh said, comma, quotation marks, I will study tomorrow. Full stop, quotation marks, closed. Indirect speech.
The said that he would study the next day.
Very good. So I will become no. I will become he. Correct. Change of pronoun. You will not answer now. Okay. So I will become he. That he and will change into would. So the present tenses will change into its corresponding past tenses. Okay. So will become would. Shall will become should. Can will become could. Okay, write will become wrote, read will become read,
May will become might.
may will become might. It will just become the corresponding past tenses. If I say another time, Daksh said, comma, you will not answer because you have already quoted the sentence, so you will not. Daksh said, comma, I have studied already. Full stop, close quotation mark. You will say, Azam will answer. Daksh said, comma, I have studied already.
If they do not answer, then I
No, wait, no, then people get.
After that, he had studied yesterday.
Very good. No, already.
He already studied yesterday.
Yesterday did not
Yesterday he was already.
Yesterday.
again. Yesterday I have not told. I said
Yesterday was again already studied.
that he had already studied. So
Has
has
studied.
become had. Okay, only these changes
But
have but wait. Before that, he said tomorrow will become next day. Right? There are some adverbs also which you need to change. For example, if I say tomorrow, tomorrow will become the next day. Yesterday will become
The day before.
the day before the previous day. Okay?
Last night will become that night.
Last night will become that night. This will become that. This will become that. These will become those. Okay, so those changes you have to make. Okay, got it? I'll give another sentence.
No, what
Now for him,
not month? For the next month. So the coming month.
the coming month. Next month is okay, fine. Only tomorrow, yesterday, this, that, now we're changing then. Okay, now we're changing to then. Azam. Now, Azam said,
I study.
no. I am going to watch the match tomorrow.
Is that
Azam said that
he would go.
I am going to watch. No, am, what is the past tense of am?
Was
Was.
a girl
So he was.
going to see the match.
Very good. Tomorrow will become next day. Am past tenses was better. Am is are was were. Am and is both these past tenses. I am a student this year. I was a student last year. Am past tenses
Was.
he is a student this year. He dash a student last year.
He was the
So both for is and am past tense is.
was
Okay, okay. You will remember what is the past tense of are?
was
Are.
were
Plural number. They are students this year. They were students last year. Okay, okay, these things you have to remember. Okay, now let us start. Now let us check in the table. See the changes made. Come to page number 86. See, and just let's let us see change of tenses in the table. Simple present tense will become simple past tense, right? I eat pizza, it will become he ate pizza, right? Okay. Present continuous will become past continuous. So just now I told I am watching the match, right? It will become he was watching the match. I will become he pronoun change and then was watching the match. Here is will become was. Then present perfect will become past perfect. The example that I gave of Dutch, I have
studied already.
So have it become had that
I had studied
already. Fine. Then past continuous. Now what happens to the past tense? Let us see. This is too easy. Simple will become its corresponding past. Now, suppose within the codes it is already given in the past tense. Okay, I'll take another example. Daksh said, comma, open quotes. I studied yesterday. Wait, you will not. Azam will answer. Daksh said, comma, open quotes. The present tense you have understood, Azam? Now past tense. If it is in past tense already, then what to be?
If they do not understand.
Daksh said, I studied yesterday. It's not I have studied, it's only I studied. That is in simple past.
Dutch said that he had studied yesterday.
Very good. Yesterday will become
Day before yesterday.
previous day. Full stop. The day before yesterday is first so.
First of
Okay, the day before. So what did you do? What did you do? You added HAD have. Okay, clear? And then the third form of the verb. Here studying is the same third form of the verb, which means it becomes past perfect tense. So simple past will become past perfect. Clear? If we go to the next one. Clear?
The sentences are
And past continuous will become past perfect continuous. Okay, the perfect tenses will come into play. Simple past will become past perfect, past continuous will become past perfect continuous.
okay. The sentences already past perfect, then it will remain past
It will
perfect.
remain past perfect. It will not change. And no further change will take place. And other than that, only the simple present tenses, the past tenses, all the simple present tense words will become past tense. Will, would, can, could, may, might, all.
For example, there is a sentence. The
The
leader.
universal truths will remain the same, okay?
Alright.
For example, the teacher said the earth revolves around the sun. The teacher said that the earth revolves around the sun. Here there will be no change. Even the change will not be there, it's a habitual action. Okay.
Ma'am, if there is a sentence, the leader said, attack soldiers. So, said will become the leader ordered that attack soldiers.
Yes. That imperative sentence. Now let us come to imperative sentences. Azam. Page number 89.
Azam from the magic and he has a new skill he's not showing you.
I'll take that. Now let us see. Now come to page number 89. This much is clear. Present to past, and if it is already in past tense, then past perfect. And if it is past continuous, then past perfect continuous. Perfect will be added here. That's all. Okay, added here. Okay. Now let us see interrogative sentences and imperative sentence. What are interrogative sentences? Question mark sentences, right? See, the direct speech, he said to me, where do you live? We will use the words like inquired or asked. What words do we use?
Inquired, asked.
Inquired or asked. Clear for asking question. Okay, clear for asking questions. For asking questions, what do we use? Inquired or asked. Okay. Now let us see if it is an imperative sentence. Now, imperative sentence means there are three types. What are the three types of imperative sentences? Number one is, what are the three types of imperative sentences? Quick. What is imperative sentence?
Reporting.
No.
No.
Imperative is like saying
Request.
request.
Request
Command.
sentence. Ordered sentence. Command sentence or
Advice.
advice. Very good. Okay, these are the three types of imperative sentences. For imperative sentences, what do we do if it is a request? You are requested. Right?
You are requested with liquid and water.
Yes. So if I say, Azam said, comma, go and bring my bottle.
Please bring me.
Please bring my bottle. So Azam requested to bring the bottle. Correct? There are no, since it is infinitive to bring, therefore there is no need of any change of tenses. Okay, requested. Advice. Azam advised to take care of the earth. Take care of the environment. Take care of the environment. Azam said, take care of the environment. Azam advised to take care of the environment or suggested. You can use these words like advice, suggested. Okay, got it? Imperative and
Teacher said to go out of the class. The teacher ordered to go away.
right? See over here, page number 89. For command, we can use these words like ordered, commanded, told. Okay.
There is no reading on that. There is no reading on that.
We don't know. Okay, bit faster is bit. Bit farewell.
And that.
Bit farewell. So then entreaty means he begged or he prayed, he entreated, he implored. Then prohibition, forbid, he forbid me to go there. Proposal, he proposed or suggested. Okay, so all these words are in forbid. No, forbid. Forbid, past tense is forbid. Okay. Okay, now let us solve the practice exercises. There are 5. Okay. Page number 91. Page number 91. Page number 91, quick start. We don't have much time left. Page number 91. The practice exercises.
How will you directly?
Half an hour we have. But I'll give you more. No, I have my grammar book. Only 5 sentences is not enough. I'll give you more.
Now correct example. Word exercise. Word exercise.
Practice.
Practice one. Solve I am not asking you. Only the practice exercises.
Indirect to direct. Just from indirect to direct.
Oh, passive is only for indirect direct. Entirely. Because more important is direct to indirect. Anyway, try to do it easy. Try to do it in direct to indirect. That's to direct.
Same rules apply. Got it. So,
And one going on. Basically. Do it first.
condition.
Yes. It is from indirect to direct. Now, before we do indirect to direct, doesn't just stop one way. Take out your notebooks also. You will do it later. Take out your notebooks. Write down sentence number one.
Way in the woods means way in the woods. Way
Last time. Last time.
in the woods.
Last time.
No, yeah.
Last time.
Way means road. Path.
She had lost the way.
Path. Yes. Right. Okay. Before you do it, take out your notebooks. Direct to indirect. I'm giving you the sentences. Direct to indirect.
Yeah.
The teacher said to me, no, not the teacher. Hari said to me, Hari. Hari said to me, comma. Open inverted comma. I am feeling very uneasy and tired. Uneasy and tired. And tired. Full stop. Good. Full stop. I would like to go to some hill station. Full stop. Then
You
I
continue.
Inside.
full stop. No, it is in the same quotation. That is why.
We continue. Will you write continue?
Full stop. I would like to go to some hill station. Full stop. Close inverted comma.
You would like to go to
Some hill station.
the hill station.
Let us see. Do this. See, in
Well,
the
I'll answer this.
way, in the practice questions, only direct to direct is given and nothing else is given. Both in the practice from here, slightly tricky ones. Because this book is from ICSE book. This book is the ICSE book. That is why I'm giving you from here. I'll bring another book for you. Which has a 10 years papers. Let me see what you do. How do I do if there is a full stop in between and there is another sentence? Do not forget to use that.
Then
Finish. Okay, another thing is, I will give another sentence that is shall will not change into should. No, it will change into would. Okay, why? Because should becomes an advice. Na? You should do this. Becomes a responsibility. Therefore, shall will become would. Okay, remember because the next sentence that you want. Done. Okay, that's the answer.
yes, ma'am. Question is, Hari said to me, I am feeling very uneasy and tired. I would like to go to some hill station. Answer, Hari informed me that
Okay, inform me or what is the other word we can write? No, what did I say? If it is said to me, what am I supposed to write? Told me. Remember this. Okay, so said to me will become told me or informed me is also fine.
Hari informed me that he was feeling very uneasy and tired. He continued.
No. And
So he
and he would
like to go to some hill station.
okay, right? Do not write so because so is not there. You can just add and. Okay. So is also fine. So he would like to go. That is also fine. If you are joining the two sentences, it is basically joining two sentences. I think so is also.
But
fine.
he continued is wrong because
Continue with not required.
because in the last year's textbook it was written that
So I said not required. It is all about joining the two sentences. Okay, if you write and continue, that is also okay. But joining the sentence when you are joining, better to do it in the simplest way. Then you write it by and or so. This is the simplest way of joining the sentence.
because last year that we had some questions for you. Two questions were given and we had to join and while using and but so and in that we had like no using and but only so or only and like that.
No, without using and part also. That is what happens in what exam.
So like that I used. Give a tough answer.
Yeah, so it was a tough one, right? I will another one. Okay. I give you the word, shall think. Hari said to me, comma, open inverted comma, comma, I shall be grateful, open inverted comma, so I shall be grateful if you help me now. I shall be grateful if you help me now. I shall be grateful if you help me now.
And then the sentence.
Close quotation now. So full stop and close quotation. Shall will become
Would
done. Sure, tell me now. It's okay, now. Tell me the answer.
He told me that he would be grateful if I helped him
If I helped
him.
him, correct?
Then
Then very good. Full stop. Excellent. Perfect answer. Very good.
very good student.
Tell me.
He told me that he will be grateful if you help
If
him.
you
If I help him then.
if I
Help him then.
helped him. Helped him better. It's correct. That he would be grateful if I helped him then. Full stop. No, he said good. Okay, now the next one. Okay, now the next one. One day, it's a long sentence, okay? One day he sent for Amit. One day he sent, he sent for Amit and said to him,
One day he sent
and he sent for Amit
Said to him.
and said to him,
and said
To him.
comma, open inverted comma, you are now a grown up boy.
You are now
a grown boy.
And I shall be glad
I shall be glad
if you
you
go out into the world
go out to the world
to earn your living. Full stop. Close.
If you go out into the world,
into the world,
To learn.
earn your living full stop.
Center क्या लगेगा?
You have to do within the code. Within the quotation mark, you have to change. The rest will be the same. Like, the set to me will kind of set to somebody will become code. Because you don't change the direct speech part into that. Understood? Only that part, which is the direct speech.
Yes, it has. What word has been word?
No problem. At times it happens. At times it happens.
Earn livelihood.
Earn, 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 like to earn his living. Now, what did I say? Earn his living. Now. Earn your living. Earn your living.
One day he sent for American study for a supplement. One day he sent for Amit.
One day he sent for Amit means one day he called Amit. He sent for Amit means called Amit and voting school. It's nothing, I just increase the words. That is not to be changed. We should be the direct path needs to be changed. Okay.
One day he sent for Amit and explained him that he was then a grown-up boy and he shall be glad.
And he
Also would be glad.
yes, very good. I mean, he is good. He
Would be glad if he went out into the world to earn his living.
absolutely good. See that was wrong. And because of one mistake, he was one full marks. There is no half mark in the for
He will be glad if he would go out to the
even
world.
if you had not be glad.
He would be glad if he go out into the world. If he will go out into the world.
Go out to change into
That
Went out to now.
who will change into ends.
A grown-up boy then आएगा.
Grown up boy and
But
he would be glad.
he was then a grown-up boy. And
He
then
was then. Now over here, na.
he
Now
he said that he was then a grown-up boy. We cannot change the tense. Was wrong. And shall he become good? He not for good now.
okay, no problem. You sit down. Now sit down. Okay. Now Adam, tell me one second. One day he sent for Amit and
told him that he was then a grown-up boy and
मैंने तो लिखा explained it.
told him is correct. Explained him is also correct. Said is not correct. Because said to him, I don't know whether he said to him will become told him or informed him. Now read Azam.
he was then a grown-up boy and he would be glad if he would go out into the world and earn his living.
If he
Would go out into the
why
world.
would go? Who will change into simple present will change into simple past. What is the past tense of go?
Went.
Went.
Okay. If he went out. Okay. Went out into the world as a two hours.
His living.
Okay, got it? Now another sentence. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Did I watch Alan please?
No, ma'am.
Come here.
1 minute.
The next one. The officer said to the clerk, the officer said to the clerk, comma, the officer said to the clerk, comma,
Said
officer
said to the clerk, comma,
said to the clerk,
open inverted comma, you may go to your seats now.
you may go to your seat now.
Full stop.
Now, full stop.
I shall see what can be done in this matter.
I
I
shall
shall see.
stop now.
Yes.
Full stop. I shall see
What can be done in this matter?
I stop.
Now you guys full stop. Okay. Then I shall see what can be done in this matter. Full stop. Close quotation.
see what should be done in this matter.
See what can be done in this matter. Full stop.
The officer told the clerk that he might go to his seat then. He further continued that he would see what could be done in that matter.
Excellent. Perfect answer. Very good.
They informed the officer, inform the clerk that he might go to his seat as he will see what can be done in this matter.
And
He will
correct. See.
see what can be done in this matter. What could be done
Yes. What could be done in
in this matter,
this will change into?
in that matter.
Yes. See, each and every word you have to be very careful. That is the fun of direct to indirect. Every word you need to be careful. Good beta shall will change into good. Good. Good.
Good.
No, good. W-O equal good.
Can will change to good.
Shall will change, will not change into good, but it will change into good. Okay, now you read it. Let me answer.
The officer told the clerk that he might go to his seat then and he would see what would be done in this matter.
No, this can will become what when?
Then what could be done?
What could be done? COULD.
Ma'am, I wanted
1 minute, 1 minute. Have you written that? What have you written from here? You start reading. And he would see.
and he could see what would.
No, would no, would no. Can is coming.
Ma'am is correct. He would. It's first that he would see what could be done.
So the next one he wrote would. That is what I'm saying.
I asked you, ma'am, you got would or could? You said would.
Can का would होगा.
And can is
Can word. Would ना, this is can ना. But which one I have given you? See. No, you have written wrong. Okay, the officer said the clerk, you may go to your seat now. I shall see what no, which is can. That is why there is a misunderstanding.
the officer told
Yes, I gave you can.
that he might
Okay,
go
got
to
it.
seat then.
Now you got it. There is a misunderstanding because it could be
Grammar का
what
test is अलग है.
done. That will change into this will change into that.
Test
Change that.
That is the thing. Ma'am,
language का भी एक test नहीं लगा.
language of the evidence
This is the question.
here dictionary.
Good. Perfect.
हाँ
लैंग्वेज से
Yeah, this is the one, huh?
लैंग्वेज से एक भी टेस्ट नहीं लगाएगा
हाँ मैं अब तक एक भी नहीं लगाया
Yeah.
yes ma'am interpersonal grammar not any composition
But in your exams, you have it, right?
yes ma'am we have it
मेरा वो भी नहीं
but my friend who is in the same school 9th standard he is only for test 3 he appeared for language exam
Maybe this Sunday.
this Sunday is Hindi and chemistry
मेरा तो केमिस्ट्री है मैं एक्स्ट्रा मेरा लेट अटेम्प्ट वाला मैथ्स दूंगा
Okay, let us see. Okay, now let us do the last one from here and then we will quickly. Oh, we don't have much time. The last one from here, or shall we do? Let us do one thing from practice exercise now. Let us start for indirect to direct. Okay, fine. Quickly, you have 4 minutes.
have I finished the question
4 minutes time. We don't have much time. 4 minutes time and then 1 minute for discussion. Now indirect to direct. So you be careful with the commas and the quotation marks.
what is defaulters defaulters
Defaulters means to one. Like fee defaulters. Those fee defaulters, like if you do not pay the fees. So who have defaulted and is not following the rule. Not being punctual, not able to do the work on time. Fee defaulters. So fee defaulters means when you are not able to pay the fees on time. Right? Okay, got it. They are called as fee defaulters.
so की जगह declared for notice said की जगह notice declared
Notice said. So yes, and when you are changing it into indirect, you will correct the notice date. The first two over.
2 minutes
I'm done on
Okay, 10 minutes.
and the first one is The girl said, inverted open. I have lost my way in the woods. Full stop, then close inverted comma.
No, not full stop, exclamation mark. Over here, see the first one, let us see the first one, we forgot to do exclamatory sentences. When you have exclamation mark, we use the word exclaimed. Okay, so the last where, instead of full stop, you will just put an exclamation mark. Okay, answer?
Second one is
So wait. So the girl said,
That.
the girl said with sorrow, comma, open inverted comma,
why will we
I know, I lost,
this one
no,
is
with sorrow you can write it.
it's direct speech.
I know, but with sorrow, because just before that, after that only we have the that word. So the girl said with sorrow, comma, open inverted comma, I lost. Instead of had lost, what do I write?
I have
I
lost
have lost.
I have lost
my way in the woods.
exclamation mark.
Second one
Second
is
one.
the principal said to the students,
The student.
Comma.
The principal said
Can you inform?
the students, no, that too. When you are changing it into indirect speech, either you can use told or informed. Okay, or commanded or ordered. anything.
open inverted
Wait.
commas.
Story. The principal said to the students, comma,
So open inverted commas. I will cut down heavily on the defaulters.
but Full stop and
Exclamation mark close. No, close inverted comma.
both inverted comma.
Third,
Third one,
the notice declared. The notice declared, comma.
we can also write the notice said.
Notice said.
Yes, sir.
And then the
Declared is correct.
Declared is also correct, said is also.
The notice declared, comma, open inverted commas, admit cards will only be issued after the declaration of all the deeds.
Plus, only the change will
Full
be.
stop and close inverted
Okay,
commas.
now, wait. Now give it in, show it with it. Yes, sorry, fourth one.
All the admit cards will be issued after the clearance of all the pages.
Yes, only be issued, correct. Okay, show with the next one.
Pooja, like he asked,
No, us will not come.
he said,
Comma.
he said Pooja,
He said to Pooja,
comma, open
quotation mark.
opening quotation mark. What was the state of what is the state of her health? Your health.
Your health, her.
Yes, got it.
Change, quickly change the words. What is the state of
He
your
said,
health?
Pooja, what is the state of
Your
your health?
health.
And how you have passed the night? Question mark, close inverted commas.
And how you have
Passed the night.
I have written how you should manage to pass the night.
no, right, it will not come. HAD had no, so the hats part.
He said and manage.
Manage is not required. Don't add any word. Okay, just HAD have instead of HAD.
And
That's
as the
all.
last sentence,
State, you will not answer. Now Hassan will answer.
If you have any reply.
No problem, you can say.
He thanked the teacher for all the help she had provided him.
He said
He said
to
to
the teacher,
comma,
comma.
thank you.
thank you.
Exclamation mark and open close inverted.
Hey, thank you for what?
Thank you for the help
For all the help.
you provided me.
Yes, you have provided me. You provided me is also correct.
Sorry.
Provide, because provided simple past.
Yes, ma'am. I provide.
Yes, only provided is also correct. Have provided is also correct. I'll tell you the answer. Okay. You tell me the answer. You try to do it. The notice instead of declared, you write the notice said. He said. Or you can say the notice read. He said to the teacher. For comma, open inverted comma. To the teacher. Teacher. Open inverted comma. Open inverted comma. Come, sit. And
for all the help. Thank you for all the help you have provided me.
Correct. You have provided me. This time, let's see. And then full stop, close quotation mark. You had given me.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, mother. Thank you. Okay, can you please close the door? Close. Thank you.
Teacher, you are going.
Yeah, tell me. Are you satisfied? Okay, we have done each one in the storyteller. Now we are left with the kingdom of fools. Right? Yes. We will take this up today, or shall we take up diary entry? Okay, we'll take up diary entry. And it was the volume.